Bruh. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we are dealing with unprecedented times, okay? Because none of this has happened, well, in the United States. In China, yes, it happens all the time because that's what Trump wants to be seen as. If you all remember when Trump was like, hey, I want them to stand up like they do in China. I want them to applaud for me.
Are we close to seeing Mr. Kim here at the White House?
Could happen. I mean,
they talked about that yesterday with Mike Pompeo.
Yeah, I think it's something that could happen. Yeah. Hey, he's the head of a country, and I mean, he is the strong head. Mm-hmm. Don't let anyone think anything different. Right. He speaks, and his people sit up at attention. I want my people to do the same.
This man's ego is going to destroy the country. And because we're dealing with an emperor has no clothes on situation and cabinet, everyone's going to tell you everything's fine. It's all okay. And there's going to be a nuke that drops behind us. That's what's going to happen.
Nothing to see here, please.
And I'm like, that's not a nuke. That looks like a nuke. No, that's not a nuke. Don't worry about it. You know, keep on doing your jobs. Everything's fine. Now, I say that because things have taken a very extreme shift for the worse. And that's dealing with whatever comes out of this administration. Because Trump recently just fired the commissioner for the labor statistics. And the reason being, he didn't like what came out. He didn't like the labor statistics. So he was like, hey, fire them. These are horrible statistics. And it's like, bruh, this is your economy. What do you mean the horrible statistics? Do something about the economy, right? Maybe you shouldn't be deporting, fathers and mothers. Maybe you should be focused on criminals. I don't know. Maybe you should be focused on giving opportunities to American workers. How about that? Did you ever think of that? Maybe you should be tariffing companies into oblivion. This man is going off the rails. Like, can you imagine just firing someone because you don't like the numbers that they gave you? This is tantamount to what he does with questions. When someone asks him a hard-hitting question, what does he say? Oh, that's it. That's a nasty question. What type of question is that? That's a nasty question. Give me some nice questions.
Who are you with? Because you're asking such a nice question.
TV News.
Who's a nice person? Oh, you're not a nice person, but I'll let you ask one. Go ahead. What's he going to ask?
Would you consider appointing somebody at DOJ maybe to investigate the judges that allowed for the political persecution of you, your family, and your supporters during the Biden administration?
I love you. Who are you?
I'm Cara from Lindell TV.
Well, that's just a very nice question. And it's not a setup. I have no idea who you are, but I appreciate that question.
This is the mindset that we're dealing with. This is who y'all elected into power, okay? This is who y'all elected. I just want everyone to be perfectly clear that the next 3 years, we blame those people, okay? We definitely blame those people because you know what's going to happen. After the next 3 years, people are like, you know what? It wasn't that bad, there were some good times, there were some bad times. They're going to say that, while behind a gulag. It wasn't that bad. He was pretty funny. I remember that one joke he said. It was, made me chuckle. That's what's going to happen.
He's out of line, but he's right.
And I don't want that to happen, okay? All jokes aside, and I'm not fear-mongering, I'm being dead ass. He then goes and replaces the woman doing the job with an economist from, you'll never guess it, the Heritage Foundation. Yes, that Heritage Foundation, the hard alt-right racist Heritage Foundation. They're the type of foundation that applauded the Fearless Fund having to shut down the fund. Okay, you all remember the Fearless Fund, how they were giving out grants for black women to start businesses, and you had a group of people, apparently, a group of non-black women who didn't even apply for the fund, but said that the fund was discriminatory. And instead of going through, legal battle in court, which is costly, they just shut it down. The Heritage Foundation applauded that. They was like, oh, this is great. No more anti-white racism. And I've already done a video on that and how just backwards, logic that is when we come to talk about, black progress is apparently is racist towards white people somehow. I don't. The ignorance never cease to amaze me. But this is who he has now. Do you understand that everyone he's putting in these positions to tell us what's going on with our government are sycophants? They are nothing more than bootlickers. And if they agree with, oh, those are bad numbers, or those are mean questions, what type of data do you think we're going to be getting? What type of data do you think we're going to be getting? We're going to get China, bruh. They're gonna be like,
一切都很好，我喜欢这个，我喜欢我的工作，数据很好。如果你想要一份工作，你现在就可以去找，这太棒了！我爱特朗普，我爱美利坚和中国，再见。
That's the type of future that we're looking at. And it's getting worse because on top of that hiring of this simpleton, he goes and teams up with PragerU. Yes, that's correct. PragerU. You know Prager, Dennis Prager, the man that said that there was a kind slave owners.
There were undoubtedly many nice slaveholders in the South. This is not meant facetiously, again. It's meant literally.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
This administration has teamed up with that PragerU. You know the PragerU who the CEO is apparently an ex-IDF soldier? I don't know how it happens, but somehow we can't escape Israel and their influence. Apparently everyone on the right, you got all the top conservative outlets are like ex-IDF, bruh. they're all like ex-IDF, or they're like friends with Netanyahu, or they're like Netanyahu's third cousin twice removed or something like that. Bruh, I'm just saying, it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. It's a bit concerning, especially a lot of the executive orders that have gone against freedom of speech in this country, especially when they're using ICE to deport those who are criticizing what's going on in Gaza, especially when they're focusing on American citizens and censoring us about our criticism of what's going on in Gaza, and things are not looking good. And with them putting out fake reports, because that's what we're going to get, bro. You're not going to be able to listen to anything that the White House says. If Trump comes out in a press conference and says, this Tuesday, you're going to have to check your phone to make sure it's actually Tuesday, bro. And even then, given with the whole UI updates and OpenAI and how they're teaming up with Apple, and we saw as far as, what's his name, Steve Cook at the White House giving Trump and Apple,
This bond was made in the U.S., California. And this glass comes on the Corning line. It's engraved for President Trump. It's a unique unit of one. It was designed by a U.S. Marine Corps corporal, a former one, that works at Apple now.
That's good. He's done well.
Designed it for you. And the base comes from Utah and is 24 karat gold. And it sits, I'll take the liberty of setting it up.
Wow.
Well, there we go. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Beta!
everyone seems to be bending the knee. So, I don't know, maybe don't get an iPhone because, all your data may go directly to Trump. And if you find out that you're messaging friends against, I don't like Trump, I think he looks funny, you may lose your job. I don't know. Your phone may explode, kind of like they did with Israel, right? How they had exploding pagers, I would not put it past Trump that if he found out you were talking bad about him, that your phone happens to explode. And it just happens to simultaneously coincide with everyone else who is criticizing Trump. You just be, in a drive-thru and your butt's gone. So we gotta be careful. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think, whether or not you believe Lucas, this is just fear-mongering. This is all you do is just fear-monger, mister. Okay, Trump is doing a great job, and the Heritage Foundation, they're going to give us truth, not the propaganda by the libtards. That's not what's going to happen. Or if you don't believe, that's pretty much what's going to happen. We're just going to get a different type of propaganda. We're going to get propaganda so bad that it's going to be unbelievable, where they're going to just say, hey, there's zero inflation, everyone has a job. If you are born, they get a job. They come out with jobs. So, everyone has a job. Everyone's, it's a 99% employment, 99.9% employment. That's where it's going to get. And it's going to be lunacy. It's going to be chaos. That's what's going to ensue. That's my foreshadowing of this country. Nevertheless, if you happen to disagree, where to find me Thursday through Saturday, Disagreement Day. There'll be a number on screen. You call in and we duke it out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think, and subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.
Who's a nice person? Oh, you're not a nice person, but I'll let you ask one. Go ahead.